America, you have a right to be stupid.
If donuts are 12 cents a dozen, how much do 100 donuts cost?
12 cents a dozen. 50 cents.
$2.
12 cents a dozen, 100 donuts, 100 and what, 120, $1.20.
Can you use a calculator? $12.
There you go. Wow, nice.
Oh, $1.20?
Okay, there we go.
$12.
I don't do math, so $1.20.
144. Hey!
Oh.
Mocha. All day.
What's water made of?
Water?
Yeah. What makes water?
Water.
Okay, what elements does it take to make water?
H2O.
So what does that mean?
It is water.
Everyone knows the formula for water, H2O.
No clue. Oxygen? Water? I don't know.
Who won the Civil War? The Civil War, that was us. With probably, it was Europe, France, and America. No, wrong. I am terrible at history. Who won the Civil War?
Asia. Is it the Soviet Union? I don't know, just say France again.
How many stars on the American flag?
Shit, we got 13 colonies, so 13 minus 50. 13 minus 50, goddamn, 47. 13 minus 50, goddamn, 47.
What kind of shit is that?
What state is this over here?
Tennessee? No, it's not.
West Virginia?
Virginia? No.
Borders your home state.
No, Kentucky.
That's Alaska.
Alaska. True or false? Alaska is an island.
True.
Bye, Felicia.
There's water all around it. I would say it qualifies as an island.
No.
False.
Oh, isn't it false? Isn't it connected to all this stuff?
Yeah, it is. Connected to Canada. You got it.
In America, you have a right to be stupid.
Tell me where the freak's at.
In the matter of Maria Warner versus Dr. Stephen Myers, I understand you are suing him, Ms. Warner, because he posted a flyer or something on social media and at your job indicating you were a white supremacist, and as a result of that, you were terminated.
Yes,
so you
Your
say
Honor.
it's his fault that you were fired.
Yes.
All right, tell me why.
He came down to my job and he harassed me and the customers, and he posted those flyers and he got me fired. He's my neighbor. He's been living there for 6 months. I was a little confused why he moved in there to begin with, because we've never had any African Americans in our neighborhood. But he moved in, and it's America. He has the freedom to live where he wants.
But it confused you, huh?
It did confuse me. I was brought up in this environment. We have social club meetings there.
What environment?
American Aryan Association.
Oh, okay. All right.
I grew
You have
up
social
in it.
club meetings there?
We do. Often we have meetings there in the privacy of my own home.
Mm-hmm.
We have meetings, we have parties, and we keep it there at my house, though. And I know I've had associates over that, he's been outside, my neighbor's been outside watering his lawn or whatever, and they've told him, they've hollered out things, but I've told him, I was like, hey, look, that's my neighbor.
So you say you've had your associates over and they've yelled things at Mr. Myers or Dr. Myers?
Yes.
Like what?
They've hollered
Racial
things
epithets?
Yes. Yes.
So why are you afraid to say it? Don't say the words, but what kind of things were they saying?
I might not believe in everything that the association, believes in, but I grew up in it, and we do a lot of good too in the community. We do outreach, we donate money, we volunteer.
So that excuses all your other madness that you do? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, any other madness that we do in the privacy of our own home.
Okay, go on, Dr. Myers.
She has encouraged, if not instigated, this harassment, this unrelenting, prolonged harassment by herself and her associates. It started off very subtle with offhand remarks, stereotypical remarks about my hair. I have braids, and so they assumed I was in a gang, and that's nothing I wasn't used to already coming to where I am. I just graduated my PhD, and so I've experienced these interactions from others in my field, and so this was nothing for me to brush off.
What's your
especially
PhD in?
Psychology.
Oh.
Yes. And I just moved to the area 6 months ago.
Why did you choose that neighborhood? Did you know what it was?
I don't really look at the makeup of the. I had accepted an offer at a clinic there. And so,
you're working there in that
yes,
area.
Yeah, I work at a local clinic there. And like I said, it started off, very subtle at first. And
All
so,
right.
this rolled off my back. It was in, these private parties and meetings started to become noisy into the late hour sessions that, I started to call the police because it got to be too late at night for some of these parties to go on as loud as they were. I work in the morning. I have to see clients. I have to be at my best in the morning so that I can help them.
So
none of
now
my
they're
other neighbors-
creating a nuisance as a neighbor, you're saying?
Absolutely. And so I called the police several times. Police came to their house. That was the only way I could get them to quiet the noise level. At first, I attempted to reach out personally to Ms. Warner and was met with even more aggression on the part of her associates.
What kinds of things did they say or do?
They didn't respect me. I came there at nights, often asking them to turn the music down. And they
so
said,
they
we're sorry, it's not rap, or we'll try to play some rap for you tonight or something. Just really disrespectful things. Not respecting my requests as a neighbor and as a citizen to not be disturbed in the middle of the night. After I called the police, that's when the property damage started to happen. My car was vandalized. Someone spray painted a swastika on my vehicle. The next week, there was graffiti on the side of the house that said "No
It wasn't even
blacks."
my handwriting.
That said what?
It said "No blacks."
No blacks?
On the side of my house. Yes, I rent the house, and so I reached out to the property owner, my landlord. He was embarrassed, offered to, repay my rent.
And he didn't have any
very
problems when he
embarrassed.
lived there, did he?
Didn't have any problems when who lived there?
When the landlord lived there, he didn't have any problems.
What's the
No,
landlord, white?
I'm sure he didn't. Yeah,
Yes.
he's a white individual.
So what else?
After the spray paint on the side of the house, I called the landlord and also filed a police complaint against her. And they had no proof that it was her that caused the graffiti. So
no
they
charges on me,
they could
say
not pursue.
I didn't do anything.
They could not pursue her legally.
Okay.
And so I let that, I let that go. It was when I returned home from work one day to find a doll hanging in my front lawn by the neck. That I was livid.
And what was said? Or
It was a black doll just simply hanging
black doll
from the neck.
hanging by the neck
Hanging
in
by
your
the
front yard.
no words, no messages, just hung there in the middle of my lawn for anyone on the street or driving by to see.
So then as a result of that, what did you do?
What I did, knowing that I didn't have any proof that she physically or her associates physically put this there, but knowing that it was them that caused this, I distributed flyers throughout the community, making them aware of her association with this group and her lifestyle as a racist.
Okay, so what does the flyer say?
It simply said, it said,
Somebody have
Ms.
a copy
Warner,
of it, I can
she's
just
a
read it.
racist.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you have any proof of the vandalism of any kind?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I didn't have anything to do with it, and that's where he crossed the line. He came to my job. Anything I do in the privacy of my own home. I don't go to his work and tell them that he's a gangbanger and all this kind of stuff and try to get him fired.
That would be a lie, and that would actually be slander. Me distributing these flyers, making the community aware of a racist, is truth. You even
Oh, so this is a
admitted to
sign of
being-
no blacks.
Yeah, that's
Again,
the
not my
graffiti there.
handwriting.
Your Honor, I don't know
And this
what
is the doll hanging in your yard.
Yeah, that was the final straw for me, and I like I said, I distributed flyers through the community.
And this is the car vandalized with the swastika. And I know you have no knowledge of any of this.
Absolutely not.
I know.
And a part of my visits with people in the community and in this, making them aware of her activities as a racist. That included a visit to her employer to make them also aware of the kind of woman that they have on their staff. And while I did not...
Where do you work?
I work at a coffee shop in the neighborhood. I'm a
in the
barista.
neighborhood?
Yeah.
So you're saying it's because he told the truth about the fact that you were a white supremacist that's what got you fired? And you're suing for slander. I think that's what I read.
I don't think it's fair to call us that. I mean, just because we have a social club that meets and we're all white doesn't mean that, you know, we're racist. We just like to keep it in the community, and that's what we do.
Well, come on, Miss Warner. You told me that you were part of the Aryan Nation.
Absolutely, and we do a lot of outreach.
Of white supremacists.
Absolutely, we do a lot of outreach to the community. It just happens to
So
be
did the
white
Ku Klux
people.
Klan.
What was that?
I didn't stutter. So did the Ku Klux Klan. They did a lot of outreach. They were the local pastors. They were the heads of the deacon board, the head of the school board. They took people on field trips in schools. They donated money. And so what does that mean?
I mean,
you do a lot of good, you also do a lot of bad.
We don't, anything that we do or say is in the privacy, on private property.
But let me tell you something, and that's fine. And anything he does and says, you were exercising your First Amendment right, he exercised his First Amendment right.
By going to my job and getting me fired?
Just to put up a flyer to say what you do, he's exercising his First Amendment right. And you sued for slander. You got to prove that it's a lie.
It's not true. He doesn't, the cops have come to my house. They have never had charges brought up on me because...
I don't need to hear anymore. She sued for slander and said that she sued for slander because of the flyer. Truth is an absolute defense to slander, so your request is denied for the $2,880. But you have a countersuit for the vandalism and the damage to your vehicle.
Yes.
The problem I have is you can't prove who did it. Now, I suggest to you that if your friends continue in this manner, it won't be long before he will have proof of this type of conduct. So I have to deny the defendant's claim, and I deny your claim as well. So, case dismissed.
He says it wasn't a loan, you just got anxious to hand it over because you liked what you had so good, you wanted to become part of it all when he got big and you could be part of the lavish lifestyle.
Is that when I met her mother was deceased, and you know she was going through some stuff at the time. I did a lot for her along the way also. You know, like she wasn't working at the time. You know, she had gotten into a program to help her find a job. Didn't have a car, so I had bought her a little vehicle. It was only like a little $1,100 car, but it was something to get her back and forth to work. And
she had 2 children.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
She's struggling.
Yeah, sir. And then I did a lot for her. So when she got
a lot for you too. One of the things you do is you don't take advantage of the women that are in your life. Why in the world would she want to give you $3,000 as a bloody investment? You're a barber, right?
Like she said, she believed in me. She did something.
Money making Mike. See, look at what you are conveying. Money making Mike. Money making Mike. When somebody reaches out and buys his art and he listens to it, are you going to tell him how to make money, or what is it you're going to do to make money? You simped on and hustled some woman that was in love with you. Is that how you make money? Or money making Mike is going to show you about, see what your talent is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll give you a little shout out.
Finest chick. I be the main reason homie can't find this chick. She wanna roll with a player, told her hop in. Say she never rolled in the drug ends. Showing off my tattoos and my wife wanna be the little dog money making life sweeter. I'm in the hood with the boy getting backflips.
Did you hear what you said up there? You bragged. You bragged about you can take somebody else's woman. What did you give her? A chance to be with you. What did you give her? A chance to get drunk. What did you give her? A chance to be trifling. What did you offer her? A chance to be away from her children and acting a fool.
No.
What did you put to her? an image that her sons or anybody around and about is going to get that don't take care of business, earn a hard living, take care of your obligations and responsibilities, and use your art to promote it.
Try to run that. Because if you had anything with it, it wouldn't make any difference whether it was a loan investment or otherwise. She's telling you times are hard economically. I need the money.
I mean, after all I did for her,
That's what we do, Doc. That's what we do.
I mean, that's
so you have it. That's what we do. It's hard being a man. That's why being a man is what it is. It's hard.
Yeah.
All right. You get your award.
Thank you, Judge Joe Brown. Thank you.